I'm going to tell you the biggest lie you've been told in Elden Ring Nightreign so far, and that's this relic, drawing enemy attention whilst guarding. So it's either the relic itself is actually a really bad relic, or maybe it's just an oversight of how they think it's working, or whether it's actually broken. And I do believe the relic effect is actually broken. Now, I don't really understand how the relic works in the background, so what do I mean by that? I don't understand the data on it. I don't understand if it's like when you're guarding, you get like a 20% more aggro, or I don't understand if maybe when you're guarding, it's overwritten by other factors, like if they're attacking you, does their attack overwrite the fact that you're guarding and supposed to be drawing attention? Now, love them or hate them, the data miners that you get in these games that give us all the information that we need from the background that, you know, people don't really understand how to get, they actually made this document, and as you can see here, that even holding the block button, it doesn't guarantee you the aggro. Now, how they've got that information, or whether that information is actually available in the background, or whether that's just someone's assumption, I'm not really sure. But what we do know from data mining and from looking in the background and through going through Cheat Engine, there is actually another relic that feels like it would be very useful, and it is also specific to the Guardian. So, why is it important that the Guardian draws aggro? Now, as you can see here through this fight so far, every time my teammates are attacking the boss, they automatically draw the aggro. Now, when you're playing with, like, for instance, 2 recluse characters, they are very squishy, and your job at this point for them is you want to take the aggro, you want to deal as much, you want to tank as much as you can, so they can step back and be your DPS. Now, if you're the Guardian, you shouldn't try to be the DPS here. You are the tank. You are protecting them maidens. Maiden, I will protect you! That is your job, and it's your only job. Let them deal the damage, you draw the aggro, keep the boss on you, and essentially just survive. So, it's imperative that you have something on your account, something on your character, that pulls the aggro so they can just be the damage dealer. Now, obviously there are ways around this. You get the skills, you get the weapons with the skill on, less likely to be targeted. Now, unfortunately, when playing these games, a lot of Souls players tend to have, I don't want to say a big ego, but they don't want to just stand in the background and fire off stuff so they're not getting targeted. They obviously want to be involved. They obviously want to, you know, be reaction rolling from the boss and stuff, so giving them something that essentially just puts them in the background to just press R1, they're probably not going to enjoy. But anyway, let's get past that and let's talk about this relic that we can actually see in the background that would be amazing to have for the Guardian. And I just want to add in that this relic doesn't actually exist in the game. It can only be found by adding the relic in through a relic editor. I've actually spent hundreds of thousands of merc to try and get this relic, done all the remembrance crests, and I've done a shitload of boss runs. Cannot find this relic anywhere, so if it's in the game, if you see someone with it, they've probably added it into the game from external services. So as you can see here, become the target of enemy aggression whilst the ability is active. Now, for this to work, you actually do need to be in the Steel Guard stance. And as you can see, as soon as you enter the Steel Guard stance, you get the little icon of the Shabriri's Woe. Now, for any of you that are familiar with Elden Ring, the base game Elden Ring, that symbol basically means that you are either 1, taking more damage than normal, or 2, you are essentially pulling all the enemy aggro. This is why I believe the other skill that you have, the other relic effect that you have, the draw enemy attention whilst guarding, doesn't actually work, because 1, you don't get any symbols to show you that you're being targeted by the enemies. And 2, it also doesn't feel like you're ever pulling the enemy aggression. Now, I know that might just be a feeling, but it's not just me who thinks this. I've spoke to many other people that play the Guardian, and pretty much all of them have said that basically they don't think the relic's working. So yeah, that's kind of why I don't think the relic is also working. Maybe it's a relic that they're going to be releasing in the future. Maybe it's just something they decided didn't need to be in the base game, or in, you know, at least in the game when it was first released. But overall, the main issue with not having this ability to draw the enemy attention when using the Guardian is it kind of renders the Guardian useless. It kind of doesn't allow him to do his job, because if you are chasing the boss around, or at least trying to get in front of your teammates to prevent the boss from attacking them, what happens is by the time you get to the boss and you've done an attack to pull the aggro, you're out of stamina, and at that point, you're taking damage. You may end up losing a life because you can't get back into a place where you have stamina to be able to protect yourself. And at the end of it, your teammates think you're dog shit because you're not doing your job properly. And they also know they aren't getting protected. The maidens aren't being protected by the big bird. And yeah, you just look like a bad player. So, From Software, we need you to either 1, fix the relic that's in the game, 2, Give us the relic that's in the background in the game, because we know it exists in the game, because if you put a relic on your character that doesn't actually exist in the game, it just shows as a blank relic, at least in the game it does from Cheat Engine anyway. Again, maybe we shouldn't even be looking at the relics in the back end, in the, you know, the relics that have been data mined. Maybe that's something that we shouldn't even have access to. Regardless, we know it exists, we know it works, or at least I know it works better than the current relic that we are given for the Guardian to be able to draw aggro. And it just feels like that this is a major issue for the Guardian. Once things like this are fixed for the Guardian, Guardian's just going to be the S tier character that he is. Because he is the S tier character, and in my opinion, he may even be the best character to use in the game, especially for a support character. So my dudes, if you have made it this far into the video, like I always say, I really do appreciate it, more than you understand, because it does help the video out massively when you do stay to the end. Obviously, if you like the video, feel free to drop a like or comment. Again, that stuff really helps the video out, helps the channel out. I'm only a small creator, trying to become a big creator, but the numbers don't really matter to me. What matters is the content's good and you liking the content. I don't know if you like the content if you're not liking the content, if that makes sense. Apart from these 4 people that dislike the content, they dislike every one of my videos, and it's really annoying because they don't give me a reason why they dislike the video. That would help if you gave me a reason if you did dislike the video. I'm rambling on. The next video that's coming out after this one is going to be talking about the problems that I think the Guardian has and things that need to be fixed with the Guardian. Because I do honestly believe he's one of the best characters, if not the best character in the game. But yeah, as always, stay safe, big love, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.